Businesses, in particular those in the security industry, often ask us for advice on the best way to promote themselves. So here's my top 5 tips. First of all, understand your audience. Any business needs to understand who they're selling to, whether it's other businesses or consumers. They need to understand the people buying their products, who's interested in what they do, who's going to listen to their messages, those people that they're going to be engaging with on a regular basis. That's their audience. That's the people they have to appeal to when it comes to marketing and communications. Which leads me quite quickly on to number 2, which is the message. How do you actually communicate with those people? What do you actually say to those people? So number 2 is understanding and creating an effective message for your business. Once you've got the audience, work out what they want to hear, what they want to know about you. What is it that's going to appeal to them about your business? Every audience is different, so every message should be different. You've got to get a message that appeals to those people you want to sell to. It's going to take time, it's going to take research, but it will pay dividends in the end when your audience understands what it is you do and why they should be listening to you, and ultimately why they should be buying from you. 3, 4 and 5 are essentially different ways of communicating. So my top tip, number 3, is get face-to-face with your audience. One of the most powerful ways you can sell any form of product, even if it's a business service that perhaps is only available online, is to get in front of people, is to talk to them, to explain to them what it actually is that you do and how it can benefit their lives or benefit their business. So you get face-to-face in any number of ways. It might be a sales call, it might be a trade show, it might be an exhibition, conference, there are a number of different ways you can get face-to-face with potential customers. You could almost argue a video like this is a way to get face-to-face. It's not quite actually able to shake your hands, but at least they're seeing who you are and can understand what it is you do. And if you have a chance, if you can find a way to do it, make any face-to-face experience a two-way conversation. Don't just stand there and talk. Let people communicate back to you, ask you questions, and respond. Talk to them. Learn about them. Learn about what they want to hear from you. So number 4, another way of communicating, is digitally. Now, I've already mentioned the likes of video, which primarily nowadays is done through digital means over the internet, etc. But there's a whole host of other digital forms of communication, whether it's newsletters, whether it's email marketing, whether it's an effective website, whether it's the raft of social media that is changing on a daily basis. You've got Facebook, you've got Google+, you've got Vimeo, you've got YouTube. There's so many different tools out there you can use to communicate digitally. And again, this goes back to understanding your audience. Which of those are going to appeal to them? It's likely you need a website. It's quite likely that Facebook and Twitter might be beneficial for your business, but there's no guarantees. So look at your audience, understand the messages they want to hear and the best ways to get those messages over to them. Finally, for a security business, I firmly believe that the security industry as a whole tends to be a little old school in its methods of marketing. There's still huge potential for the security industry as a whole to use traditional forms of advertising, PR, traditional forms of media to get their messages across. So that could be regional newspapers, could be national newspapers if that's applicable. It could be TV, radio advertising, or PR in its most traditional sense in terms of getting editorial and key press that are going to be read by your audience. So my final word of advice is to use traditional media as the final one of my top tips for security businesses to communicate and market themselves more effectively.